Kubo and the Two Strings is the latest stop-motion animated film from the studio Laika. You know them from films like Coraline, Paranorman, and The Box Trolls. And this film tells the story of a young boy named Kubo who, through various circumstances that I don't want to ruin for you, finds himself on an adventure with a monkey and a beetle, searching for three very specific objects that he believes he can use to do battle against an evil force from his past. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I love animation, but I specifically love stop-motion animation a lot. I love this art form. I have ever since I was a kid, the early days of old animated shows like Bump in the Night, to newer things like Wallace and Gromit, and then Laika came along with their beautiful films and have blown me away consistently, save for The Box Trolls, which I thought was just fine. But Paranorman was fantastic, and Coraline to me is one of the best animated films ever made. And I liked Kubo even more than Coraline. For me, this is Laika's best film so far, and I am a huge fan of their studio. Similar to Zootopia earlier this year, this movie reminded me why I love animated films so much. This is a glorious, beautifully animated film that rarely has a dull moment. In fact, it doesn't. This movie is constantly entertaining. This is such a well-directed movie too. Even though I am such a big fan of Laika, I just didn't expect this movie to be as thoughtful or mature as it was, and to use various themes that I think a lot of the kids that saw this movie with me in the same audience probably aren't even going to pick up on yet until they're older, but that's okay, because this is also an action-packed, extremely fun adventure film that can work on multiple levels. You can watch this movie as a more mature film, or you can enjoy the adventure and the spectacle because it is beautiful to look at. The voice work is all uniformly great. The animation, as I've already said, I could sing its praises forever. It's fantastic to look at, and the amount of work that's put into these movies is absolutely staggering, and it's never been more impressive in any of Laika's films than it is in this one. The action sequences are extremely fantastic. The characters are also very entertaining. The monkey especially stole the entire film for me. You're gonna love the monkey. She's awesome. It's also a film brimming with imagination that asks kids to be imaginative, to use their imagination, and to think beyond our own physical world that's in front of us, and to think about other more important things as well, which is a hugely important message for kids and adults. I have but one small issue with this movie, and it's once the main villain is revealed, his motivation for being evil and for doing what he's doing is very murky and kind of unclear and doesn't really make sense. I get it from the perspective that the film is telling me as I watch it, but it just doesn't really connect with me as a clear motivation for doing what he's doing. Before I started filming this review, I was like, should I say what I'm thinking? But I'm thinking it, so I'm gonna say it. I honestly think that if Laika continues on this level of animation, on this level of storytelling for the next few years and the next few decades, I think we might have the next Studio Ghibli on our hands. These guys are making quality films, and my God, Kubo is a beautiful one. I'm gonna give it an A. Guys, besides the fact that this movie is really that good, I strongly suggest seeing it because Laika's films simply don't make enough money, and they need to. It's one of the biggest reasons why Studio Ghibli had to close its doors. They just weren't making enough money. Laika needs to make some money because they are making some of the best animated films out there. Go see this movie this weekend, support them, it's worth your time. Guys, I also want to let you know that my promotion with Audible is still going on. If you go to audible.com/Chris, you can try their service for 30 days for free and view their entire selection of audio books. You can listen to them on your MP3 player, your computer, iPad, iPod, whatever device you enjoy listening to things on, you can probably play your audiobooks on it. They have such a great selection, hundreds of thousands of audiobooks. And if you don't have the time to sit down and read, but you love reading or you want to read at work, if you can, this is the way to go. Go to audible.com/Chris for a 30-day free trial. Thank you very much for Audible for continuing to sponsor my videos. And thank you guys, for being awesome. You're the best. And as always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmannized.